With head football coach Adam Dorrel, I'm Grant Boone, as the Wildcats now are at 4 straight wins and counting, heading into the regular season finale on Saturday against the University of Central Arkansas. Coach will talk about that game in a second. First, let's go back to Huntsville. Last Saturday afternoon, cold, just perfect football weather, hard hitting against the perennial powerhouse of the Southland Conference. 7 straight years in the national quarterfinal, Sam Houston State. Both of you 5-4, both of you 4-3 in the conference, and you come out with a 17-10 victory. How'd you do it?
Well, I think it was just a total team effort. I was very proud of our players. I think, the thing that really stood out to me, and I told them after the game, man, we believed that we could go in there and win, and I think, that hasn't always been the case around here, and our confidence has been down at times. And so to see guys in the same year from where we were, 5 or 6 weeks ago to where we were now, and just the glimmer in their eye, that's the first thing, Grant. They believed that they could go down there and win. And after that, you look, we played great on defense. It's what we want to be known for, and played great on special teams. Man, there were so many hidden yards there in special teams. Our kick coverage team was so much better than it has been all year. Our punt team was really, really good. And then, we found different ways to move the football on offense. We were struggling a little bit. Our timing was a little bit off. They did a really good job of playing man coverage and disrupting our receivers a little bit. But, again, I thought we ran the ball well, and for the most part, we took care of the football.
You stopped them also 3 times on 4th down. First possession of the game, I thought I thought in a way that set the tone for the game. They're driving, they get a couple of first downs. They're on your 35 or so. They opt to go for it, and you get a stop. They go for it twice more inside your 10, and you stop them on 4th down. And then one of those two where you stop him on 4th down, Bolu Unifade, with a big hit to dislodge the ball. That one play, to me, I thought defined the game. What'd you think?
Yeah, it did. I thought it was a huge play. I've been really proud of our defense all year, but the last few weeks, man, of not panicking on 4th down. And it's easier said than done, man. You get in a frenzy. You get in your mind that, hey, I gotta be great on 3 downs, and then you look up and they're going for it in some crucial times. So I was really proud of our guys. They didn't panic. They stayed anchored in there. I was proud of our coaching staff. They got the call in there, and we just let our guys go play. And again, Bolu's tackle was just phenomenal.
Offensively, you mentioned it wasn't your biggest output of the year, but you found ways to win, and I thought you maximized a lot of your opportunities. And I don't know that Josh Lambertson, your offensive coordinator, has had a better game than he did on Saturday, utilizing Samaje Davis. In the absence of running back Billy McCrary, Samaje goes 9 carries for 81 yards. That's a little bit of what you envisioned, wasn't it, when the season started before he got dinged up?
It certainly is, and you're right. Samaje had been doing really well fall camp and early in the year, and just had some injuries, and it kind of set him back a little bit. But, with Billy being out, we thought maybe we needed to do something else to spark the run a little bit. We didn't want to put it all on Tracy and Tyrese, and really proud of Samaje, the way he came in and executed, his package, and I thought it really kick-started us offensively.
A guy who's clashed helmets with players all over the South in the last 4 years, often without a lot of stats to show for it. He's had some great numbers this year. That's your tight end, your senior Cody Ennis, and he got in the end zone for the first time in 2 years on Saturday. That turned out to be the game-winning play. He does a lot that doesn't show up in a stat sheet, at least the stats that we traditionally keep, doesn't he?
Absolutely. I think he's had just a monster of a season. He's in my opinion, Grant, he's one of the few tight ends in the Southland that are playing consistently on the line of scrimmage, that can run block and catch passes. I think there's a lot of guys in this league that are one or the other, and I think he's very diverse, very proud of him. I think, the thing I'm most proud of with Cody, I think when we got here as a coaching staff, I think he would tell you it hadn't always been easy. We've really challenged him to get on the ball, put his hand down, and be physical on the line of scrimmage. And just in 1 year's time, I feel like he's really changed the type of player he is. I'm very proud of him for doing that, and it's not easy to play tight end in our system. It's difficult. We ask him to do a lot. You got to have a diverse skill set, and he certainly has that.
Couple of other moments as we put the wraps on that big win. Into the first half, you stopped them on 4th down and inside the 10-yard line. And they still had 3 timeouts. If you didn't get a first down or 2, they could have stopped you and forced a punt, and you get a first down with Tracy James. Then at the end of the game, after you get the Jack Gibbons pick, you get the first down with Tracy. And as an old O-lineman, the ability to run the clock out in the first half and run the game out in the fourth quarter, that had to give you a thrill.
It's huge. As an old O-lineman and a head coach, it feels great. The one at the end of the game was really good because our guys, again, we talk about situational football, and I don't, we learn from some of those mistakes we made early in the year, but our guys taking the field after that interception, I didn't even have to say anything. They were talking about them, first down, game over. They knew Sam only had one timeout left. So to me, it makes you feel great when guys understand the situation immediately. We ran out there, ran a great play, and Tracy, I think, 7 or 8 yards. They used their last time out, and then we ran the exact same play, and I think they knew it was coming. And
both teams knew what was going to happen, right?
Absolutely, and able to get the first down and just see the genuine joy and excitement on our players' face was just absolutely awesome.
4 straight wins now. You are 6-4. I've asked you this the last couple of weeks. I got to ask it again. You said you weren't looking at the standings. Now we know that you can't win the conference itself. But have you had conversations with your players at all? Is there any kind of talk in the locker room about the chance of getting an at-large berth in the playoffs?
Well, I think it's definitely been some talk around town and around campus, which is great. Yeah, I mean, that's what you want as a football coach. The thing we talked about Sunday immediately is, and I've always done this, we got to control the controllables, and we can't control that. We're not.
You're not going if you don't win Saturday.
Exactly. And so, again, I feel really good because I feel like our players understand that, our coaches understand that. We've literally just tried to put the onus back on. We have 10 seniors that have just been phenomenal this year. I told our organization, man, Sunday that those guys deserve our best. They have. They've earned that, and we all need to have a good week of preparation, and we need to get our minds right to play really good. We were a little disappointed in the way we played at home last time. We just felt like – yeah, absolutely. And again, we're trying to get a big crowd out there. We're really encouraging our students and townspeople to come out and support our guys. And we just want to show people in a positive way and a thank you way of, trying to play with a lot of passion, a lot of energy, and potentially our last game of the year.
Well, like last week against Sam, the best way to push aside conversations of playoffs is to put in the tape of Central Arkansas, because while their record isn't what they want it to be, 5-5, you look at their players, a lot of those guys played on the 9-0 perfect season conference championship winning team last year that been to the playoffs the last couple of years. They're playing with a third-string quarterback who's had some terrific moments this year. But up and down that roster, they're still really strong, aren't they?
Yeah, it's a very stout roster. I mean, again, the thing is they have a lot of culture there. I mean, a lot of those guys are held over from last year. I start with their defense. Yes, they lost a couple of really star players on defense, but their D-line's back and most of their secondary's back. So it's very good. And then you go over to the offensive side of the football. They've got a plethora of receivers, 2 really good running backs, offensive lines, big physical group. So, yeah, they've got a lot of tradition in their program, and they're going to come in here and play really, really hard.
Most important thing.
Turnovers, that's it. I mean, if you look right now, the parity in this league, and you go up and down the Southland each week and you look at the teams that are coming out on top, they're either usually even on turnover ratio or have a plus turnover margin. That is the number one most important thing. And then, the second thing for us, I think, is just playing with a lot of passion and energy and not trying to be perfect, man. I think when you try to be perfect and you try to put a lot of pressure on yourself as a ball club, I think you play tight. We don't want to do that. We want to play loose. We just want to have fun and really try to send our seniors out in a real positive way.
10 of them will play their final home game on Saturday. It's a 2 o'clock kickoff. You can listen to the radio broadcast on 98.1 FM, The Ticket. You can also watch the game on ESPN Plus in a game that will be produced by the ACU TV studio. For Adam Dorrel, I'm Grant Boone for ACUSports.com.